Millions believed Elvis did it, but did Michael Jackson really do it? Fake his death. Alive. Is Michael Jackson really dead? Investigative journalist Pearl Jr. uncovered the facts in the 2005 trial. Now she's uncovered the most shocking true story of our lifetime. Alive. Is Michael Jackson really dead? This promises to blow your mind. Elbow Grease Productions, in association with MichaelJacksonInsider.com, presents Hi, this is Pearl Jr. with MichaelJacksonInsider.com, and we are releasing a documentary called Alive, Is Michael Jackson Really Dead? Now, this isn't our first Michael Jackson project. You know, we covered the 2005 trial, and the irony of the date of this release, which is March 1st, is the first day that I attended court in the 2005 trial in which we produced the documentary, Michael Jackson, The Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop. It's just funny how things just kind of go full circle. It was 6 years ago when I walked into that courtroom. I had no idea that my life's direction, my life's purpose was going to change in the direction of Michael Jackson. I had quit my corporate job about 4 years earlier, and I had given up everything and sacrificed just so that I could have this media company called Elbow Grease Productions. My partner, Cecil Holmes, who is also my fiance, the irony of him and I meeting is that his dad was an executive at CBS during the making of Thriller, and due to him being an executive and being in charge, one of the people in charge of the Thriller album, Michael thanks him in that album. I had no idea that when I met Cecil Holmes that him being attached to Michael Jackson in Thriller would end up maybe 8 months later being a part of my life for the past 6 years. Be prepared. Make sure you get in order Alive, Is Michael Jackson Really Dead? The reason why we did this project was because the death hoaxers, or the believers who believe that Michael Jackson faked his death, they don't get much credit. They're called crazy and delusional and insane, and I don't like that, especially with all the evidence that I was able to find and confirm. And I just wanted everybody to know that I'm here. I am a believer. And just in case we are wrong, the 1% chance that the death hoaxers are wrong, that Michael didn't fake his death and that he died, then we have the other side of Michael's camp, which is the Justice for Michael camp. And guess what? Either way it goes, we got Michael covered. So we don't need to be enemies. We don't need to be split in one. We all love Michael Jackson, and we all are thinking about his best interests. So I'm asking Michael Jackson fans, let's not fight, let's not bicker, let's just respect each other, because guess what? If the believers are right, woo-hoo! Wouldn't that just be wonderful? Well, now, back to the documentary that is being released today, exactly 6 years from the time I got involved with Michael Jackson. Well, there's a lot of coincidences, not only all the clues, not only everything that the fans and we have discovered, but there's personal clues, things that I want to explain to you that happened that make me more of a believer than just the clues. Well, you know, we signed a distribution deal for Michael Jackson, The Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop in May of 2009. And that's kind of funny because it was ripe and ready to be released to the market right after Michael died. And this is a documentary about Michael's innocence in the 2005 trial, and it tells the true facts of the case. So I just found that a little peculiar, especially since Joe Jackson had called me in about 2006, 2007 and told me he wanted to purchase it. Now, I have to tell you something else that's really, really interesting, is that the address to our distributor, Rock City Entertainment, was the same address as the Michael Jackson Company. I mean, what is that? Okay, was that a clue to me? And then let's take it further. When Michael came back to the United States from Bahrain in December of 2006, Mr. Jack Wishna, who is a mogul in Las Vegas, sent a private jet to pick up Michael and the kids and brought him here. But when I looked and researched Mr. Jack Wishna, the name of his company is Rock City. So I'm kind of like, what is going on with these coincidences? Are they trying to tell me something? And then with the Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop, we receive a free ad in a newspaper with a distributorship of $1 million. And then I look up the Examiner, and the Examiner is owned by none other than AEG owner Philip Anschutz. So I'm like, wait a minute, this is just a little bit too bizarre here. And I'm not done with the bizarreness. Then with the Forever Michael event. I was recruited to be a part of that event. I was recruited before anybody even heard of a Forever Michael event. And I was asked, even though my book, which is Pseudocide, Did Michael Jackson Fake His Death to Save His Life, was already out. It had been released May 21st, and I got something to say about May 21st, 2010. Then the Jackson family had me participate in the Forever Michael event. So I'm thinking, is that a clue that I'm on the right track? Don't give up faith. Then after that, there was the Jackson Family Concert, which featured Jermaine Jackson. Well, a Jackson associate who I've been on three-way with this person and Joe several times urged me and was calling me, making sure that I made it down to Las Vegas for that event. And then, of course, the picture with me and Jermaine has made people go, what's up with Pearl? And let me tell you, I'm confused about the situation too, but I'm much, much more confident. Then with the song Breaking News comes out, my son discovered that it has the song in it, The Flight of the Bumblebee, which is an opera, and it's a song about son trying to convince his father that he is alive. So then I was kind of like, wow, that's weird. And then like a week or so later, Austin, which is Michael's sister Reeby's son, has The Flight of the Bumblebee featured on his website. Then the estate gets Catherine a new house. There's a temporary house in Calabasas, which is coincidentally the time when Cecil and I got a new house. And there was a bumblebee on the theater screen at this new house. And believe me, you guys, there are many, many, many more clues and hints and stuff that just come my way just to give me confidence and give me faith to keep going, to keep bringing you the news. Keep faith. Then we got to remember the note, see you in July 2011. And I remember when that note was written. I was like, what's going on? Why would he say 2011 and 2009 when he is going to be performing in 2 months? I didn't understand that. Now we understand it because he was giving us a clue, see you July 2011. And ironically, that was written on my birthday. I mean, is this just too crazy? It's all, I believe, that is for me to give you confidence, the believer's confidence that no matter what, you gotta wait to the end of July 2011 for Michael's return. Then all the other stuff. Also, I want to tell you about Ramon Bain, who was Michael's manager, was Michael's spokesperson, was Michael's publicist. She called me May of 2010 asking me about my book, Pseudocide, Did Michael Jackson Fake His Death to Save His Life, and asking me to be a guest on her radio show. And I told for the first time people the name of the book on her radio show. And then the very next week she calls me again and says, well, you know, I want you back on my radio show and I want you to talk about your book again. So all these things kind of add up to we are on the right track. And then there's a website called michaeljacksonfakeddeath.com. And on this fakedeath.com is a countdown. And the last day of the countdown, Pacific Standard Time, here in California, is May 21st, which is exactly a year later from the time that I released the book, Pseudocide, Did Michael Jackson Fake His Death to Save His Life? Now, these are things that I don't get too much in the documentary Alive, Is Michael Jackson Really Dead? Because that is really what the fans have created. And what I did was I kept everybody's name in the credit. Even if I didn't use what I used in the book, the suicide book, I still kept the same credits and added on because so many wonderful, smart, intelligent, researching fans who could probably teach the CIA how to research things definitely could teach the LAPD and the Santa Maria District Attorney's Office how to research things. And you have done such a wonderful, wonderful job. I wanted to make sure that all the fans got credit. Now, the documentary Alive as Michael Jackson Really Did. What this documentary represents is a chronology of how he did it, answering some of the questions how he was able to pull this off. It answers a lot of the big questions of wouldn't he go to jail if he did this, and I hope that you go out and see it. It's a reminder for those who have lost faith about all the big, huge clues that we found. And I use the big clues because I wanted to make sure that the outsiders who don't know as much as the believers, that don't know as much as the death hoaxers, I wanted them to say, oh, that's why, oh, that makes sense, and bring the death hoax to the mainstream America. Also, I wanted to let you guys know, Cecil and I own Elbow Grease Productions. We're not a rich company. We don't make a lot of money. We basically pay for everything ourselves. We produce these documentaries. We don't get investors. We don't ask for donations. We get the money ourselves to produce, to invest in a project for you, and with the hopes that we will get our investment back. We do it out of our goodness of our hearts to produce these documentaries, to write these books for the fans and for the legacy of Michael Jackson. So anybody who's out there worrying about Pearl getting rich, sorry, it doesn't really happen. It basically pays for itself, and we are building a business. We are in our 10th year of Elbow Grease Productions. We just hope we can do 10 more years, and please log on to michaeljacksoninsider.com and Michael Jackson Pseudocide, that's PSEUDOCIDE.com, to learn more information. So go out, and I'm asking all of you fans, please spread the word about this documentary, because it's not only my words and Cecil's viewpoint, it's your words, it's your viewpoints. It's what we researched that you research, and we thank you very, very much. So when I tweet, you guys tweet it out to your friends, and let's let the world know that Michael Jackson faked his death. And one last thing. Didn't you find it awfully curious that the defense requested a speedy trial? Maybe so everything could be all wrapped up for July 2011. Millions believed Elvis did it. But did Michael Jackson really do it? Fake his death. Alive. Is Michael Jackson really dead? Investigative journalist Pearl Jr. uncovered the facts in the 2005 trial. Now she's uncovered the most shocking true story of our lifetime. Alive. Is Michael Jackson really dead? This promises to blow your mind.